This video chart presentation of Gasco Energy, brought to you by allpenny-stocks.com. Gasco is an AMEX stock, trading our ticker GSX. It's a very interesting chart. You can see it had a nice run here in December 2010 and into January 2011. Chart is sitting on a definitive support level at this point. We'll come back and touch on that in a moment. Let's take a quick look at the indicators and see what they're telling us. This chart's kind of at one of those make or break points. See the MACD coming up on the trend line. Going to be important for it to break that trend line and start to rotate and trend back towards zero. So you have the histogram right now trending towards zero, telling us that a bullish cross is happening. Take a look, couple areas through here historically, see how it's performed. And you can see that's both times after these bounces came. Pretty sizable, from 43 cents to 59 cents from top to bottom, 41 to 50. Can't really complain about a 20% move. So once again, we're going to see if it's going to put together some sort of bounce off this bullish cross. But more importantly, in the long term, we're going to want to watch this. See if it can get out of this channel, start to trend back towards zero. Very similar concept with the PPO. See the ADX down very low. We always reference that idea of being near 10. Look for a shift in direction. You see clearly it must have done it right through here without even looking at the candles. But the ADX started to gather some steam. Positive DI moved with it. Tells you that move was upward. Trying to make a slightly higher low at this point. Positive DI is breaking through the negative DI. So we want to keep an eye on this and see if it's going to start to trend upward. MFI is showing a little bit of buying pressures coming into this. Quite simply be looking for some continuation. Per that indicator, it looks like it's seeing some buying pressure. Accumulation distribution is giving a little bit of a different read. Again, what we're looking for in the long-term scheme of things is breaking through that trend line, holding that base, not making a new lower low, trying to move upward and break that trend. Shaking money flow shows that basically for this 9 months, outside of a few different times, selling pressure has been dominant. We're not getting a valley at this point, but you're just looking for something like that. I want to see this try and see a little bit more buying pressure, trend back towards zero, show that selling pressure is subsiding. It's a nice look to the CCI. Trending upward, holding above negative 100. In full stow, this break of 20 is starting to show some signs of some positive momentum coming into play. Again, that's very early on. You need to see that break of 50 to show any strength. But because of it sitting on the support level and things of that nature, so other indicators giving some possible hints, it's a good thing to see. It does show that this chart's trying to gain some strength. Full stow, of course, we're going to look for the bottom to hold. And similar to the MACD, you just want to see this make another bullish cross and start to trend back towards zero and generally try and break out of this channel that it's in. You see by this black candle, this stock gapped up yesterday morning and then closed lower than the open, but it still closed at the same level or higher than the previous day, which was Friday. That results in a black candle. What it'll do a lot of times is kill momentum of the RSI. And you can see it, this is basically turned sideways, just flatline. Still not a great concern. Right up near 50, relatively neutral. And much like the others, it looks like it's trying to break through this downward channel. You see this is just slinking slowly downward. Of course, going along with the price per share. So we're going to look for this to see if it's going to pop through 50. And try and add some more strength. What's really important for this chart, as you can see, there's good support there at 39 cents. 39, 38.7. Here tried to break through it, went to 40, pulled back down to 39, consolidated a little bit more, and then made a big breakout on big volume. Classic TA, that resistance now becomes support, and it's holding it. It's further strengthened by this 200-day moving average, which is sitting right around 39 itself. So that's a pretty key spot for it. If it can't hold it, it might pick up a little bit more. Right here around 37. But I'd say the odds are pretty strong. This might come down and test 33 if it can't hold this 200-day and that 39 support level, which is obviously well outside of a typical stop-loss parameter. Technical traders will have their eyes on that 39-cent mark holding. From a resistance standpoint, it's a little bit mixed because of the way this channel's happened. A little bit right where it is. I'd say it's going to stiffen up here around 45, not only because of the kind of support resistance level through here, but also tying into that 50-day moving average. Of course, you look for charts to move above that 50-day. It's a much stronger indication of some bullish movement and continued upward momentum. From a static standpoint, 50 cents is going to be a key resistance area for it. So I'd have my eye on those two areas first. I'd look for volume to stay strong. You can see this isn't bad. It's about traded almost 1 million shares. It basically tells you that people are seeing this support area as a buying opportunity, and there's some volume driving it a little bit to try and make a move upward. So it all ties in just to the idea of holding support and how technical traders think. So we'll look for that volume to stay strong, see how it reacts if it can take on this 50-day moving average, and a break above that, I think it's probably going to go up here and test 50 cents. Beyond that, you're getting pretty far down the road. Resistance is going to stiffen again here around 56. You can see even though it wicked above it several times, throughout this whole period, there's only one day that it actually closed above it on this big strong day right here. Actually gapped to 63 the next day, promptly pulled back. Couldn't break through it and hold with any strength at all beyond that point. Of course, if it takes that out, then you're looking for a new high around 63. But everything starts with the baby steps and where it is. You look for this to try and move through this downward channel, establish this as a bottom, and then try and start to trend upward. If it makes a sharper move, that's fine, and you look for it to come back down, make a higher low, and continue the upward trend. So this chart has a very nice look from a technical standpoint. It's a good one to use to show support levels and how they work. And overall, the chart has a pretty nice look to it to put forth an effort to break through this downtrend. But again, it all stems from holding this 39-cent support level. So I'll be keeping an eye on that and see where this chart goes. As always, annotated video chart is merely my interpretation. I'm not a financial consultant. I strongly encourage you to do your own proper due diligence. Consult with qualified financial advisors before making any investment decisions. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Please visit the allpenny.stocks.com website to view the full disclaimer disclosure and do not base any investment decisions upon any material found on the website and/or this video chart. No person employed by All Penny Stocks is a registered investment advisor or licensed broker-dealer. Thank you for watching and trade smart.